Our guest of honor is available for autographs. Make sure you make her sign a bunch of them, because let me tell you what, when you're a star, you like to feel like one. Not that signing autographs is the only way to do it, but it's the best way. Also, we'd like to remind you, if you're doing any dancing, the evening is open for that as well. If you got favorite songs, we are going to have one, maybe two portions of the evening set aside just to roast our lovely lady tonight. But for the time being, let's say hello to her. I think a drum roll might be in order. By the way, I tried that trick when I was driving down Spring Mountain Road. I didn't hear a damn thing. I guess you have to be in the right room. Drummer day for Maxine. And let us hear it, folks.
Maxine! What did I miss?
Don't miss a chance to say hello, give a kiss.
He's gonna be sweet to you.
Whatever you do, don't ask her age. She's a little touchy about that. We're still hoping the check's clear, I'm just saying. That's the problem. I lose the audience because I'm always playing to the damn band. See, but there are two dogs in the band. They don't hear as good as they used to. You are so beautiful. To me, you are so beautiful. Can you see everything I need? you. Such good happiness. You bird, you're just like a dream. You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need.
I went to get over there.
You are so beautiful.
Get over there, my neighbor.
I gotta find out! Oh! I wanna know how you are and how are you and you too!
Such joy and happiness. Such joy
Happy birthday.
you're just like a dream. Everything you are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. You know what? There it is. You just fixed it. Not your first day in the sandbox, man. Well done. I'm going to stick with what we liked before because bring Dixie cups because they go against the closet doors. Okay. Music by the Beatles. Away to some music, away to some feeling. Say the word, I could stay with you. I could be happy and then a fuse when your nights are gone. Somebody by your side, Sunday morning come around, and you are the garden, digging the weeds. Who could ask for more? Well, it's so beautiful, when I was 64. Well, after summer we could melt the coffee from the Isle of Wight. It's not too good. And your sense of you wasting away. I give your answer, feeling for my forevermore. When it's so beautiful, when it's so beautiful, what I'm waiting for. forgive me, I changed the words a little bit. Because I don't know what happened at 64. 84, we were still hoping that feeder and meter. And you know, at 64, feed and need, we get that need, they spelled it with an N. By 84, you're hoping already it's with a K. You want to live good when you're living. You know what I'm saying? Those are folks who got the emails, and that's probably most of you, know that some folks have decided they have some special words they want to share this evening with Maxine. Because Maxine was so lovely through all these years sharing such all those words with us. So, in a few minutes, we're going to get a little bit of that party started. How sweet is Jubilee. So I understand where you were. Close my eyes at night. I wonder what I need on you. What a just a boy. I don't want to stop. Thank you, girl. How sweet it is to love you. Baby, you make me the lowest in my soul. For me, that's you, I bet nobody else. Listening credits is to all the greatest people that they've ever worked with, and they've worked with some of the best in the world. Let me just tell you that they are among the best in the world. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Maxine, thanks you. And they really didn't come to play. They came in because they wanted a signature from Maxine on a calendar. They wanted their birthday signed. It was nice. Okay, what I'm going to do is excuse myself for 2 whole minutes in a row. And I will be back, and then we will start our first round of what the emails refer to as roasts, but really there's a lot of lovely things to be said. So give me a couple of minutes to tighten that up, and we'll be back with what we call very, very loosely, showtime. If it's vowels, count me in. That's all I'm saying. Look at this. I'm playing the whole room, but it's only working with these people. So if you guys want to get in on it, that's fine, but apparently you people must over here, you think you must be very clever as well. We're sorry, we didn't have a microphone for each and every one of you. And by the way, for those of you who are regulars in the Italian American Club, you know that whole sentimentality of when you're in the other room, how everybody was like, we should have all had a microphone. It's exhausting because they go in order of what, shiny, bright objects. They want the microphone first, and then a year later they ask God for talent. It's like, you must know, you either know them or you know them well. It can't be. Thank you. That's right. He thought this was a career break. That's right. Back to truck stops for you, Jew boy. I'm not going to stay here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention, please. We are going to begin what I think we will lovingly refer to as tribute to Maxine, who, by the way, if you didn't get an autograph, we're hoping she gets out of here with a little writer's cramp. We want to make sure she remembers that she was in the building. Now, see, now you're laughing because I'm standing close. See that? When I go over here, they think this is very clever. This isn't funny. This is attention. This is pathetic. I want to play with the blocks. I want to play with the blocks. All right. I'm having a thing where I'm going to offer this up, and I want to know if because I had a thought about this. I want to know if Diane wanted to maybe start out because you have something sort of show busy. Notice they changed it was depends because they weren't sure, and then they redesigned the product, and now it's depends. Because they want you to, I'm sorry, Diane, I should shut up now. You go ahead.
first saw Maxine Gaines in a studio audience for the filming of a Kelly Clinton internet TV show. Maxine was full of piss, vinegar, smiles, and sparkle, and seemed to know everybody in the room except my husband and me. Soon she was talking to us as if we were longtime friends. I asked a person I did know, "Who is that?" "That's Maxine," they said. "Oh, no last name, just Maxine." I have since gotten to know Maxine. I know of her penchant to wander Las Vegas, particularly at night. Of the special attention given to her by younger men, all of whom give her hugs. Of her ever-changing henna colors. Of her purse that occasionally acts as a box office. And of her collection of glamorous outfits, making all the rest of us look like nuns out of heaven. At the Italian-American Club bootlegger, etc., invariably one of my companions will look around the room and say excitedly, "Maxine's here." Again, no last name, just Maxine, but we're all relieved. We know if there's an event worthy of Maxine's attendance, we're in the right place. You see, there seems to be only one Maxine in this town. I decided to do some internet research. The name Maxine is Hebrew, and it means enchanted. I can see that. The name is also a feminine form of Maximus, so it is really a Roman name meaning greatest or bright or noble. Being a diva is kind of noble, don't you think? Our Maxine, who loves sitting up front and valet parking, is definitely a diva. I also discovered the name Maxine entered the list of popular baby names between 1890 and 1899. That would make Maxine at least 125. Maxine could be lying about her age. No one ever believes her age anyway. Or maybe her parents were just slow learners. People who like the name Maxine also like these names: Charlotte, Stella, Amelia, Lucy, Emma, Chloe, and Olivia. Can you imagine our birthday girl being named Amelia or Chloe? Her parents knew best. Maxine, when she is wronged, may react like a holy warrior. But otherwise, she isn't holy at all. The internet claims there are no Maxines in the Bible, even the Old Testament, or the Torah, or the Koran. If an airline pilot were to spell Maxine's name, he or she would say Mike, Alpha, X-ray, India, November, Echo. In case one of Maxine's young male friends, in his sleep, suddenly shouts those words, we'll know who he is dreaming about. Apparently 2 songs have been written about Maxine, one by a lady named Sharon O'Neal, and one by the rapper Eminem. Both songs are highly romantic. Miss O'Neal's song starts off, creases in your white dress, bruises on your bare skin, looks like another fine mess you've gotten yourself in. Eminem, right out of Detroit, has an even sweeter take. I know this crack fiend Maxine who needs a vaccine. She tests positive but tells you her act is clean. If you mistook her sadly on her reputation, you're in jeopardation. if you ain't got no preparation. That word is jeopardation for you Scrabble players. Jeopardition. Incidentally, there are 5 verses in this song using the N-word and the F-word liberally. Maybe if we want to sing to Maxine, we'll have to borrow some lyrics from Dolly Parton's Jolene. These are the real lyrics, except with the change of name. And remember, Maxine has been married several times. Maxine, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Maxine, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring. Your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Maxine. No, few of us can compete, even when it comes to salty language. One day on the phone, Maxine and I were talking. I asked how she was feeling, and she said, I feel great. Oh, I said, so you got lucky last night? At 79, she immediately answered, who I fuck is none of your damn business. Happy birthday, Maxine.
Ladies and gentlemen. I gotta tell you, this lady did her homework clearly. She was gonna have me read that. I think it would have lost a little something in the male voice, and I wasn't on the phone for the who you fuck line, so I couldn't help you with that. Much better hearing it from you. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to continue with some of this. However, little note from the house, Italian American Club, which apparently they like sending little notes on their business cards in case you never know the piano player might book them, so they give me. Could happen. I understand that the dinner is about to be served and that it's in the back of the room, the rear side of the room on the right side, it looks like. And we're trying to do the tables in order for those of you that are inclined to do so now. First 5 tables in the front, if you'd like to join us for dinner, you can do that. Or stay for a bit, and there will be food throughout the service. And I said service like it's like a thing, right? And I'm going to introduce our next presenter. But first, before we do that, I am going to read a little something, because I was told that at the risk of losing my life, health, and longevity, I got to do this one. A couple people that unfortunately could not attend this evening because they had to be out of town for a previous engagement, but they did send along something that is really quite clever. And this one is from Sandy and Antonio Fargas. So the next time you get on the phone with Sandy and Antonia, tell them how terrific this was. As good as it is, let them know it was great. And it goes something like this. Happy birthday, Maxine. Yay. There's no yay. I added the yay. So sorry we couldn't be here tonight to celebrate with you. Well, actually, we could have, but we opted out going out of town instead. They gave us 5 minutes to tell all the great things about Maxine, which was fine, but we're trying to figure out what to do with the other 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm they. Just saying. Besides, why should we say nice things about her when we'd rather just go ahead and tell the truth? Anyway, we tried having a Google to do a search on her, but it kept wanting us to pay for her criminal background. And we figured she'd already paid for it, so we don't need to do it also. It's like a double jeopardy. Anyway, not to say that she's a slow learner, but her doctor recently asked her to come in for a urine test, and she stayed home for 3 weeks studying for the test. Because they give it to urine, you see. Okay. Just, I bring this table along because they look a little deer in the headlights when we got here. You all thought she had two guys in a headlock when she walked in tonight. Unfortunately, she forgot to shave her underarms. Make sure you call Sandy and Antonio and tell them how great this was. We all know how short she is. I thought of 9 of them and I gotta read this. We all know how short she is, but there was almost a disaster in our recent downpour as she almost drowned in a puddle outside of her home. Sandy, tell Antonio that was great, unless it was your idea. Recently, she was asked to make a donation to one of the local fundraisers, and they learned how tight she is. And that's after she was 79. I had to say that. So, whoa, oh really? Whoa, I get whoa. Oh yes, she's such a tight ass that only dogs can hear her when she farts. Suddenly I'm not looking so bad. Yes, she's very frugal, and when she decided to redecorate her house, she walked around naked until her neighbors bought her new curtains. One thing about her, she loves to talk. She can out-talk an echo. People follow her everywhere, mostly out of morbid curiosity. We've also heard some people say that she suffers from insanity, but that's not true. She thoroughly enjoys insanity. They say you should be yourself. Well, that's good advice, but in her case, well, and then I count 13 dots where there might have been a punchline. In closing, we'd like to leave her with one thought, but forget it, as we don't know if she has any place to put it. Now we'd like to open the floor to the married men as they never get a chance to speak. And just to confirm this, Antonio didn't have anything to do with contributing to this. Seriously, Maxine, Antonio and I love you, and so sorry we couldn't be here for your birthday celebration, but we look forward to seeing you soon, as you are everywhere.
Nice job. That was pretty good, I gotta tell you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we were referring to people who are regulars here, and who knows who, and who they are, and talented people. And one of the grand talents, and one of the grand divas, and one of the loveliest people you'll ever know, is coming up to say a few words next, provided she is within the sound of my voice and knows that she's next. Please welcome a beautiful, talented singer, a dear friend, and a heart of gold, and $1 million smile. Go ahead, get lost in her eyes, you'll see it. Ladies and gentlemen, Genevieve Yu.
Maxine, happy birthday. You know, I don't have 3 pages to read to you, but I remember when when I first saw you and you were in the audience. And I wondered, who is this lady? Every time I would perform, here she is. And I see this flaming red hair. Then as I got to know who Maxine really was, I said, man, when I grow up, I want to be just like her. Because see, 80 is only some numbers. I would have never guessed that you were 80 years old. Because I'm going to tell you, honey, you're just hot and sassy as they come. And I want to be just like you when I grow up. Maxine, thank you so much for all your support. Them there eyes, love them. I love your honesty. I love your frankness. And as my grandmother used to say, you know, you reach a certain age, you don't have time to think about it. Just say what you got to say and get it off your chest. Let the other person worry about it. Happy birthday, Maxine. I love you.
That's Genevieve. You really, if you haven't, you really should hear her sing. She is about the best you're going to hear in this town. Another big round of applause for Genevieve. Nicely done. Very impressive. Now, I was trying to put this together so that people were comfortable in the spot that they were going to be coming in, and one of the ones that I heard was really important was to try and make sure that I got to somebody before they were too drunk to do it. So, while we still have her in relative sobriety, that is to say, she has relatives who are sober, some of them are just for me, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Suzanne Spinelli.
Hi, my name is Suzanne. I moved here from New York about a year and a half ago, so I guess that makes me one of the newer kids on the block. The first time I met Maxine, it was a brief encounter. We were actually down at the Tap House. It was towards the end of the evening, and we had moved into the bar area for some of Jimmy's famous bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. And I was seated next to Maxine, so we exchanged some niceties. All right, I see you rolling your eyes. Yes, I did say Maxine and niceties in the same sentence. The next time I saw Maxine was actually here at the Italian American Club. I'd come in by myself. I was getting a drink at the bar, and Maxine was sitting at her usual table, and she invited me to sit down and join her for the evening. As the evening went on, I realized, wow, here's a woman who says what she feels and feels what she needs. And I thought, wow, she must be from New York. Then I found out she was not. So I guess, everyone can't be that lucky. But I know a lot of people think of Maxine as a really, tough broad. But underneath that seemingly hard shell is a very kind and thoughtful person. This is somebody who will listen to something you may have said and the following week call you just to make sure you're okay. Because of this, I am blessed and honored to call Maxine my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, this is nice with the New York thing, too. I like that. I'm kind of from around there, so I favor those things. Oh, look at that. New York also? Or just a big fan of the whole idea of New York? You get a lot of that, too. People, they clap for New York and go, well, no, I should have been from there. So that's nice. Ladies and gentlemen, again, wanted to go in the order that people were comfortable going in, and I wanted to know if Marty was here. Marty Mancuso, no? He is here? I figured I'd say Marty. I'd have heard a yell by now. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Mancuso.
Look at the crowd. All right, let's start. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! All right, we're here to celebrate Maxine's 80th birthday party. One of my best friends, Maxine, you know from the straight. I've known her 5 years. We love her, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something exciting about Maxine. She's a wizard in getting people in shows that are sold out. That's what I love about her. I'm in California performing. I said, Maxine, I want to go see the Shades of Sinatra. She said, I'm sorry, it's sold out. I said, Maxine, please. She said, call me back in 30 minutes. It was sold out for 2 weeks. She had me in the third row. That's what she does. Put your hands together for Maxine. Jimmy Hopper, the same thing. I'm in Orange County. Maxine, I want to see Jimmy Hopper, please. Me and my lovely girlfriend. Can you get us in the show? It's sold out. You're a wizard. Second row up, Maxine does it again. Maxine, you're brilliant. You got to remember something, ladies and gentlemen, though. How we all doing? Good? What a crowd. Another thing about Maxine, we got to know, she just turned 80, so that just means one thing, ladies and gentlemen. She's very old. In fact, I want you to work with me right now. You guys ready to have some fun? Yeah. Maxine is so old that her birth certificate was written in Roman numerals. Maxine is so old. Oh, she is so old her social security number is 1. Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Maxine is so old that when she walked into this showroom 1 hour ago, I complimented her on her new alligator shoes. Unfortunately, at the time she was barefoot. Wow, that's a good crowd here. Hey, I love it. Listen to this. Maxine is so old she took her driver's test on a dinosaur. Oh, well, this is a good crowd. Listen to this. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Maxine goes to see her fortune teller. Fortune teller. She goes to see her fortune teller. Very homely woman, Maxine, goes to see her fortune teller. I have this horrible dilemma. I have 2 men that are madly in love with me and they want to be married, and I don't know which one will be the lucky one. The fortune teller looks at Maxine, looks at her crystal ball and says, well, I see here you'll marry one of the men and the other man will be the lucky one. Oh, it's an old crowd here. I love it. All right. Hey, we're all having a good time anyway. That's all right. We're doing some jokes. Some of the people like them, but we're always having a good time. That's good. We know what kind of crowd it is. It's beautiful. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands for Maxine. We love her. Maxine, thank you. And we'll do it again sometime. Michael Shane, come on up here. Give him a hand.
Marty Mancuso, who clearly writes his own stuff. Well done. Okay, what did we come up with over here? I remember. Yes, I do. I have it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please, one more time, give your attention up here. We have somebody who's put together, I think, something very special. I'm very much looking forward to it. Put your hands together for our good friend, Stephen Jacobs.
Thank you, Michael. It's a hell of a podium you got here, too. I like that, yeah. Well, anytime you're ready, pal. By the way, I don't know whether anybody knows this or not, but at the club here, the IAC, late one night, Ben and Jimmy were sitting at the bar. I mean, it's closed and they're cleaning up. They look down and they see this little grasshopper hop up. And they look down at the grasshopper and says, we got a drink named after you. And the grasshopper looked up at him and said, Irving? Well, you see, Ben and Jimmy didn't know that the grasshopper... Hi, Maxine. All right, Maxine Gaines. Maxine Gaines. Kind of says it all, doesn't it? Maxine and mine's birthday are only 10 days apart. Maxine, we Aquarians, we don't believe in all that astrology stuff, do we? I'll never forget the first time I met Maxine. I was hoping the therapy would eventually help on that, but it hasn't. Maxine, I checked in your family tree. It cost me $5,000. $1,000 to check into it, and $4,000 to bury it. Maxine has not been herself lately. Those of you around us may have noticed the improvement. Maxine came to Las Vegas with absolutely nothing. And she's pretty much got all of it left. So. When they made Maxine, they broke the mold. And then they tracked down the guy who made the mold. And then they put cement shoes on him, and he now resides in the lake. I really do love this lady, though, and I worship the quicksand she walks on. Maxine told me that she could have the body of a 22-year-old anytime she wanted. It just depended on how many drinks it took. Maxine always says it's not the length of the wand, but the magic in the stick that counts. Maxine says it's better to light one candle than to clean the whole house. Maxine says, don't worry about what other people think. They don't do it very often anyway. So. Maxine says to women, those who seek to be equal to men lack ambition. Maxine says she hates sex in the movies, just absolutely deplores it. The seats keep folding up, the drinks spill, the popcorn go all over the place. It's just a mess. You see, Jimmy and Ben didn't know that grasshoppers actually have names. So, Maxine is a woman who speaks her mind, which explains all the long silences. Maxine actually does not suffer from a split personality. I know that because if she did, why would she choose this one? Maxine, your reality check bounced again, by the way. Wanted you to know that. You've heard the expression, a penny for your thoughts. With Maxine, you get change. You've heard the expression, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Maxine was before there was electricity, so. Maxine wanted to be a pharmacist when she was a kid, but when she went to school, she couldn't figure out how to get the prescription bottles into the typewriter. Maxine was a real animal lover. She really was. Right up to the time of the court order. I'm not saying that Maxine was an unwanted child, but her mother told her when she went to school, if a strange man offers you candy, get in the car and go with him. Maxine, I want you to know if you ever need a friend, I'll be happy to go and find you one, okay? I'll never forget the advice that Maxine gave Carol and I when we first came here. She said, don't steal, don't lie, don't cheat, don't sell drugs. The government does not like the competition. Okay. And I'll probably have to take a plane, 2 buses, and a taxi cab to get back on Maxine's good side after tonight. But Maxine, you know, greatness is not found in possessions, power, position, or prestige. And as you've demonstrated, you've discovered that goodness, humility, service, and character is what really counts. Thank you so much for being our friends when Carol and I first came here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our round one. We're going to be hearing from other people a little later this evening, but we thought we'd give you a little bit right now because it seemed like a good spot for it. Enjoy your dinner. The food here is magnificent, as is the service and the people who are providing it. It is the best room in the city. Spend more time here. It's an excellent idea. My name is Michael. Anything you need from this side of the evening, you let me know. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you.